Question number 6. I think, Fanta, you're first on this one. What is a team that has struggled to start the year, but that you're still in on?
Oh, man.
This was a hard one.
It's a very hard one, and I'm the one who came up with this question.
I'm gonna go first then. All right. Well, you think about it.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Mine is North Carolina.
I feel like it's going to be an ACC team just because they've disappointed early.
Well, because the entire conference is disappointed. But the reason I like North Carolina here is that I'm in on their backcourt. I'm still in on Caleb Love. I'm in on RJ Davis now. I think they have really good guards. Brady Manick has been playing very well. Dawson Garcia has been playing very well. They're starting to find ways to get Armando Bacot to be a little bit more effective. But the biggest thing is this. They gave up 89 points to a Tennessee team that scored 44 in regulation against Texas Tech at the Jimmy V Classic, right? They went for the first about 3 weeks of the season. They couldn't guard anybody. I'm pretty sure if you put the three of us out there, we could have put up 80 points on that North Carolina team. Over the course of the last 4 games, which was about 2 weeks, I mentioned them earlier. Torvik's ranking or Torvik's efficiency model allows you to break it up into certain time frames. Over the course of the last 2 weeks, they've been a top 15 team in defensive efficiency. I'm not saying they figured it out for good, but they're actually trying to play defense now. And I think that is a huge, huge boost to them. If they can get stops, they have enough firepower to win a lot of games. I'm backing on them as a team with the ceiling to be a top 15 or 20 team in college basketball. I think, to me, they're very clearly the second best team in the ACC. T.O., go ahead.
You got me. I'm going Carolina too. And it was going to take Hubert Davis a second to kind of figure out how to coach defense, because it's one thing to coach defense during the summer when it's a bunch of individual drills. It's another thing to set up scheme entirely. So I really like the fact that over the last 2 games, they've really, really defended. Not to mention, guys, they've got 4 guys averaging more than 14 points a game. This team can still score. I mean, I think Brady Manick, I think a lot of people, including myself, thought, hey, he's going to come off the bench. If he gives you 7 to 9 points a game, you're going to be really, really happy. He's going at 14.1 right now, and he's shooting almost 42% from 3. Like, he has been exactly what the doctor ordered. And we're not even talking about Dawson Garcia. He's averaging 10. Like, this is a team with a lot of weapons. And if this team guards, they're going to give a lot of teams a run for their money. Even maybe Duke, whenever they play at Chapel Hill. And I feel like I've given Duke a lot of praise. But because of the way that Carolina plays, the depth in which they can score, they're going to give teams problems. And Caleb Love, he started out rough, but he's averaging 16.3, boys. Like, he's been really good attacking the bucket, and he's shooting the ball so much better this year from beyond the arc, 40%, at least so far. I got to give it to him. Not to mention, he's over a 2-to-1 assist turnover ratio. That was not the case last season. So I'm still buying North Carolina.
Yep. Fanta, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to go in the Big Ten. And I'm going to go with the team that's probably viewed as not one of the top teams in the Big Ten, but I still like their upside. I think that they're going to make the tournament. I'm going to go with Northwestern. And I say that because I look at Boo Buie. I like the way that he plays. I also look at Pete Nance, and I think that he's a stud. Pete Nance is a stud. Like, he's one of the guys in the country that's not getting discussed enough nationally. He's averaging over 17 and 8 per game. He's shooting 54% from the field. He's averaging over 3 assists per game. That kid accounts for about 25, 27 points a game for Northwestern between his scoring prowess, his rebounding ability, and his passing ability. And I think that Chris Collins is a coach that gets some level of credit, but not nearly enough. Northwestern should win their next 4 games. They should be 10-2. I think the Wildcats do enough in the Big Ten. They beat Maryland on the road. Look, never easy to win at College Park. That team got up for the game. I'm going with Northwestern.
It's easy to win in College Park this season.